So is your Mac running slow, starts to feel sluggish, application is not opening fast enough, maybe you have some error messages, strange things happening, shutting down perhaps. This video will give you a few tips on how to perhaps solve this problem. I have an article in the description under this video where I have written everything what I'm going to say in this video out, so you can check out that article as well. The first thing you can do with any Mac is that you take and disconnect any device you have connected to your Mac. If you have adapters like this, just disconnect it. If you have external keyboards to your laptop, external screens, external hard drives, anything that you don't really need to have connected to your Mac, just disconnect everything and see if that solves the issue. Sometimes it can be a peripheral that is connected to your computer that can cause slow Mac issues, and without it being apparent, without it having to show you an error message or something. So if the slowness or the sluggishness disappeared when you disconnected a external device on your Mac, try to connect each and every device back to your Mac and see what happens. Connect one, just use your Mac for a while. Is it working? Okay. Connect the next thing, use your Mac for a while. Is it working? Well, connect the next thing, and yeah, you get the drill. See if there is some external device connected to your Mac that is causing the issue. This is really easy to try, and if you have a laptop, you just disconnect from the ports here. The other thing may sound a little bit stupid, but I promise it's not. You have to shut down your Mac, and I'm not telling you to restart it. You have to actually go to the Apple menu here, and you have to select shut down, not restart, and turn the Mac on again and see if your issues have disappeared. If you're having troubles shutting down your Mac, if there's some application that is preventing it, you can press the key combination Option, Command and Escape, and you will get this force quit applications window up, where you can force quit any application that is preventing you to shut down your Mac. Okay, so you have tried number 1, disconnecting devices, tried number 2, shutting down and starting your Mac again, but you're still having issues. Well, you can start up an application called Activity Monitor. It's under your Applications folder and Utilities. You can also search for it. If you search for Activity Monitor and start it, you will get a window looking like this up. Activity Monitor shows you how much resources each application on your Mac is taking up. So you can sort the application list by CPU usage. So if you click on the CPU and sort it by the highest CPU usage, you can see what type of application is on the top there, and that will give you some pointers on what to search for and what kind of application that's taking up a huge amount of resources. Maybe you need to find an update for that application, maybe you need to uninstall it, maybe find a replacement. Activity Monitor is a good tool to keep an eye on your computer's resources. If you have one of the newer Macs with the Apple ARM M CPU, you can also take a look in Activity Monitor under something called Type, where it says Intel or Apple. If it says Apple, it means that it's software that's designed for the ARM M CPU, and it should work fine. But if it says Intel on Type in Activity Monitor, it means that the application is made for the earlier processors Apple used in their earlier Macs. So if it says Intel, it's translating that software so it works on an ARM CPU, and that will take up some resources. The Rosetta 2 translation layer is actually really good. Apple have done a great job with it, but it takes a little bit of the resources of your computer, so make sure you don't have a huge list of Intel applications running on your ARM Mac. If you do, maybe you can try reinstalling your Mac or searching for updates for the software. So Time Machine is a built-in backup solution in the Apple computers, and it's a really good backup solution, but it backups every single hour, and especially if you work on heavy files, it will create some noticeable slow Mac performance when it starts the backup process. And Time Machine, while Apple likes to hold your hand, it doesn't have a switch that enables you to start the backup of working hours, at least not at the filming of this video, but there are people that have solved this problem. There's a free application called Time Machine Editor. There, I will have a link in the description below this video, and it will help you with that. This software, I have tried it myself, and it works just as advertised, but you have to take care while messing with your backups. Even though this app is working as it should, it's really old. It's been out there for many years, and but it's still third party, and that means that Apple could make some changes to the Time Machine in the future that will break the settings, and in worst case disable your backups. So make 100% sure that your backups are there. But it's a great tool nevertheless. And another thing is that the initial Time Machine backup is usually slow, and that's perfectly fine. If you just started your first backup, you have to realize that the initial Time Machine backup could slow down your Mac. So this is in some cases expected behavior, and you should let it complete the initial backup. Just turn it on overnight, and when it's done, the performance should get back to normal. You should also clean up your hard drive. Eventually your hard drive will fill up. It doesn't matter how big it is. Many people experience this, and many also ask themselves, where are all the free space gone? Maybe your photos library starts to grow. Maybe you're editing videos that takes up a lot of space, or you may have a lot of downloaded stuff that you never get around to delete. And your Mac works best with a little free space to work with. It uses a part of that free space as virtual memory, and that memory is pretty important for your Mac to work optimally. Make sure to delete any unneeded files, and also remember to empty the trash bin down there on your dock. If you don't empty your trash, you still have the free space problem, probably a slow running Mac. To free up space, go to the Apple icon on the top of your desktop, then go to About this machine, and then go to the Storage tab, and then you can administer your hard drive. And there you get a panel where you can see how much space each and everything takes up, and you can also go down this list and delete some files. It works pretty good. In addition, there are third-party tools called Clean My Mac from MacPaw. I have a link in the description to that. That's a third-party tool not made by Apple, but it's a trusted software that will scan your hard drive and help you delete files that you don't need. You can also try downloading an application called Onyx or CC Cleaner. It's free applications, and I have a link to them in the description below. These are different types of applications that will enable you to run maintenance tasks on your Macs. That's built-in maintenance tasks that's built in macOS, and other software that helps you clean up different files and folders and preferences that will also help you to reclaim some of the storage space. So you have a lot of options there to check out. The paid options using Clean My Mac is a really good tool. I know there's a lot of Mac cleaners out there that's a little bit shady. Clean My Mac from MacPaw is one of the ones that are green, if you will. They have, for example, made this Gemini software that's been number 2 in App Store, I think. So it should work fine. You can also download a free version of Malwarebytes anti-malware for Mac. This software will scan your Mac for malware and also help you remove it There's a free version that works fine, and there is also a paid version you can try out as well. Another really important thing to do is to update all of the software you have on your Mac. So the first thing you should do is to click that Apple icon up in the corner there, click on About this machine and go to Software Update. Run through all of the updates there, and it will probably ask you to reboot your Mac, and do that. When you have done that, you should also open up the App Store, which will update the installed applications on your Mac and make sure that all of your applications is up to date as well. If you have problems with storage on your Mac, I know that a lot of Macs have a small amount of storage because the SSDs are pretty expensive, and if you set up photos and integrate with your iPhone, it will surely fill up the hard drive fast. And you can move the photos library to an external hard drive if you want. I have some extended instructions on how to do that on my blog, so check the link in the description there. It's point number 10 in the article there. So you can move your photos library to an external drive, and that will help you free up some space. If you don't know what's wrong with your Mac and you just want to try something, do a PRAM reset. This will not damage your computer or remove anything from your hard drive, but it may solve strange problems. And if you have issues, especially regarding sound, display resolution, startup drive selection, time zone and kernel issues, a PRAM reset could help. So you turn your Mac off and then you turn it on, and you immediately hold the keys Option, Command, P and R. It will be displayed on the screen as well, and release the keys after about 20 to 30 seconds. Your Mac will probably restart when you hold these keys down, and for older Macs where you have the startup sound, you will hear you can release the keys after the second startup sound. If you have the iMac Pro, you can let go of the keys when the Apple logo shows and disappears for the second time. Another thing you can do is something called an SMC Reset, especially if for example, your laptop have problems accepting power or it won't charge, if you have some strange fan issues or just low performance. Again, you have to shut down your Mac, you have to plug in the power adapter to a power source and your Mac, but do not turn it on. On the built-in keyboard, press on the left side Shift, Control, Option and the power button at the same time. Okay, you press Shift, Control, Option and the power button at the same time, and when you do that, it should not start up. And if it doesn't start up, you know you have done it the right way. And when you have done that, power on the computer and see if it works. And if nothing really helps, there's the option of reinstalling your system and installing the newest macOS, and it's free. So if nothing of what I've said in this video helps, maybe a full reinstall of your hard drive is the only viable solution. If you have a fairly new Mac, you should be able to start from the recovery partition if you hold down CMD and R while you restart your computer, and from there you can reinstall your system. So to start up from internet recovery, you hold Command, Option and R when you boot until the spinning globe appears on the screen, and then you can let go of the keys, let it load and reinstall macOS this way. When your computer and account is set up, open up App Store and update to the newest macOS available for your computer. And even if you have an old Mac, it may be able to upgrade to a slightly newer version of macOS. This particular tip mostly applies to older Macs you can upgrade, so this is mostly pre-2012 models. You can try upgrading your slow Mac with a new SSD or memory. The hard drive, if your computer is very slow, it can be a symptom of a hard drive that is going bad, and especially if it makes strange noises. And this applies to all types of computers, not Macs. So make sure to check the hard drive using disk utility, and it finds any errors, make sure to back up what you can right away. Also try to max out the memory in your computer, especially if you run a lot of apps at the same time. And another extremely recommended option is to replace the hard drive inside your older Mac to an SSD. And you can find an SSD cheap today on every computer store which sells computer parts. So I hope this little guide helped you get your Mac in shape. Make sure to check out the link in the description below, and if you think someone should watch this guide, send it to your grandma or to your dad or mother or someone that need to get their Mac up and running again. And yeah, I hope it helped. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.